gentlemen, we are the YborKnuckleHeads. I am Landon, and this is Adam, and this is his pain. This entire room, this entire universe. He is in a lot of pain right now.
I'm in very much pain. I have teeth problems. Dad, you told me when I was 5. Didn't listen.
5-year-olds aren't supposed to listen. That kind of defeats the purpose of being 5.
It does, actually.
You know what I mean? But it's all good. We're fighting through it. We've given him every painkiller known to man that goes over the counter.
Yes.
To clarify that. And
I've taken Motrin. I've taken goddamn Tylenol. I've taken Excedrin. Straight up aspirin just worked for a minute.
I'm telling you, bro, aspirin is the one. Aspirin
For a
is
minute.
the best fucking... Dude, that's why you just took one, right? Took 2? I've taken 6 before.
Well,
I mean, you've taken a
I've
lot
taken
of other
a lot
shit. You've taken a lot of shit
today. So
yeah. Try to wait a couple hours on that. But it's all good.
I'm taking.
Glad you could make it.
So have some thoughts on the state of Battlefield 2042.
Oh, yeah, sadly I do. And they're
What are
not
your
good
thoughts?
ones. They're shit.
Take us through it. Take us through the whole thing in gruesome detail.
I mean, okay, to start off, they have specialists now. So, like, your class type in the specialist you play can be totally different, and that'll allow you to, like, everyone can revive everyone, which makes it too easy, you know? Specialists that make it feel like a Marvel movie because they just have these quips and shit, and it's just annoying. And then they fuck up gameplay because you have people with, like, wingsuits and claws and shit that are just able to, like, fly across the map in a second, and that just fucks up the dynamics of, like, what it should be. You know, there's, like, good things about it. Like, I like the fact that you can call in, like, tanks, and you can call in, like, a ranger, which is, like, a little robot that helps fight with you. I like that stuff, but they definitely did some shit that was horrible, especially with the maps. All the maps are garbage.
Really?
They're all terrible.
Like what?
There's not enough cover for infantry. None of them feel good for infantry. They all spawn you way too far away, so it's just running and running and running. And that's like half the game is running to the objective if you don't have a vehicle. And the vehicles don't spawn frequently enough. People don't share them. You know what I mean?
Wait,
like,
you can't spawn objectives?
You can spawn objectives and you'll still spawn like far away.
Even if you spawn, like, if your team has C and you spawn at C, you still spawn, like, outside of C.
Yeah.
Do better.
No, dude, they don't give a shit. They're trying to be Apex Legends. They're trying to do the Battle Royale thing. And that's like, they're trying to sell the personalities of the specialists that they like started
Bro,
with.
that's Call of Duty's thing.
And then like the launch was just playable. It was unplayable. Like there was so much bloom on the weapons, even when you were aiming down the sight, you could not kill someone past 80 meters unless you single fired, and they were like standing still the entire time.
Right.
Which is never, you know. So it was an unplayable game at launch, and I heard something like they've already lost about 50% of their player base on Steam.
That's fucking hilarious.
Like,
because I thought it was gonna be like the one that took over.
Nah, man, I was really hoping for that. We got fucked. I'll tell you that, and it sucks.
I was really hoping that Battlefield was going to take over, man. But apparently people like Halo the best right now.
Yeah, but that sucks because that's only for people on
PC
Xbox.
and Xbox.
Oh, it's PC also? Fair enough. Yeah, I was like, I can't do that. I have PS4.
I know.
My PC's broken.
I know. Well, I you know, that's funny too because I actually did consider buying a PS5 as opposed to the next Xbox, but
I'm getting the next Xbox. I'm getting the next Xbox.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Because like
it has expandable storage right out the get, which the PS4. I think they like are trying to make the PS5s now to be able to accept expandable storage, but they weren't able to do that initially, and that's kind of ridiculous because games are fucking gigantic.
Yeah.
Like how are you supposed to function with 500 gigabytes?
Bro, Warzone alone is a 70 gigabyte thing.
I mean, when you add DLC to some games are like 200.
Well, Warzone itself, there's no real like big DLC.
Oh, is that that's just the
Battle Royale. Base game, just the base of you don't even get the Modern Warfare campaign or the multiplayer or the co-op. You literally just get Warzone with the base, and it's like 70 fucking gigabytes.
They're not getting what we want with shooters, man. And I don't know. Apparently, you said Halo's
great.
I've heard really
Vanguard
good
is fucking amazing for multiplayer, but it's not. See, my problem with fucking Vanguard is that they fucked zombies in the ass. That's like my biggest bitch about it. Fuck Sledgehammer. Like, because like, god damn it, like I've been playing. I didn't start at World of War. I started for the zombies community watching this. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. I didn't start at World at War. I started at Black Ops 1. And I remember finishing the campaign, not knowing a zombies mode existed.
Yeah.
Being ported into the fucking, the Pentagon, and fucking like I'm playing against zombies. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. That was the coolest experience of my life. Then I went and I looked at the zombies boat and Kino der Toten. All my fucking memories about that shit.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
remember the World at War zombies, and that shit was insane. That was the best.
It was wonderful. It was one. I think Black Ops 2 had the best map. Honestly, Origins was the best.
I liked Verrückt, the one that was an insane asylum where you
Verrückt,
start on opposite ends and you have to work your way towards each other. I just really liked that one.
That's a good idea, and they took that idea and they did it again in Black Ops 4, but I really didn't like Black Ops 4 zombies. That really made me mad. But you know what the problem is? I'd rather play Black Ops 4 than Vanguard zombies.
Yeah, that's fair. I get that. But I don't know. I haven't been into zombies lately.
They took the entire mechanics of what it is and they took it away.
That's kind of what they did with Battlefield. I'm telling you, like, they destroyed the momentum. Like, they only have 2 game modes for multiplayer.
Well, multiplayer in COD right now is great. Like, it's fucking really, really, really well balanced and good. Like,
And
it's like
I was waiting for 42, but I think people told me Cold War was good.
Cold War is a fucking amazing game. I've
remember-
been saying this since the launch.
No, yeah, that's what I've been hearing from a couple of people who are like, I don't really fuck with Call of Duty like
Dude,
that, but they're like, that's a good game.
That's the only game I've ever played besides Black Ops 2 that went smoothly as it was purported to go. Because fucking, like, yeah, there was all the initial shit that people didn't like about it. But it released, I pre-ordered it, I played the beta, it released just as good as the beta. All the maps felt the same. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was great. And then the zombies disappointed a little bit with maps. But we got it back. Sorry guys. I have a really bad toothache and I'm holding water in my mouth because for some reason when I hold water on that tooth, it stops hurting. So that's why I'm looking like I have like Down syndrome or something on the mic. But so anyway,
Turn it down a little bit. Like
yours?
yours. Just a tiny bit.
Okay, yeah, I'm sitting pretty close.
There you go, perfect.
I didn't even move mine.
That was mine.
Yeah. Accidentally. All right. It should be good now. Anyway, but no.
Excellent. Other than shooters, though, I mean, like the best. I think the most fun I've had with a game recently, other than shooters, would be It Takes Two. That's a co-op player game. It's a co-op game. I think it's on sale for like $20. It's co-op only, and it's like a story mode, but it's a puzzle solving like platformer.
The
And
like
super-
Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, but it's way more like the art in it's amazing. It's creative. The characters are good, and the mechanics change with every chapter. And you have to rely on each other. You know, that's like the thing. But that shit's so much fun.
Nice. I've been playing Rocket League for my non-shooter.
I have never played Rocket League.
Dude, it's so much fun.
It looks like fun, but it also just looks like so insane. I'm just like, what?
Start out like 2v2 and 1v1 and like start out with the training stuff because even the training stuff is fun as hell. You learn how to like use the car and
Yeah.
like you fly and shit. Like,
Was Rocket League free to play or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
believe so.
All right. I'll check it out. I'm sure it'll be cheap. Even
It's
if-
great. It's like 20 gigabytes.
Shit.
Not bad. God, what was another game that like I've been playing that's been fun as hell that it's not a shooter?
Slime Rancher.
Have you seen this fucking video game called Skatebird?
Is it like a fake skate?
It's like a fake Tony Hawk, but you're a bird. You're skating as a bird.
No, it sounds awesome. Is it?
Same exact mechanics as Tony Hawk Pro Skater, except for you're a bird.
I mean, I think that's cool because the bird is the word.
Yes, the bird is the word.
Mm-hmm. We have our friend joining us live, Gnome de Guerre.
Gnome.
Yes. Anything to say there, Gnome? He's kind of a stoic type.
He is a stoic.
Yeah.
He's committed arson 73 times this month.
But he's not talking about that because he's a G. We'll move on from your alleged past. No, I'm sorry. Take away.
I'm
Damn,
just
that was gnarly.
seriously upset with the whole Sledgehammer thing, though. I need to talk more about that because I'm part of a whole community of people that play this goddamn game. I fucking am so mad.
What happened with Sledgehammer?
Call of Duty Vanguard happened, and Treyarch Zombies was put into it without fucking any thought of like, oh yeah, the last game was great. Let's do exactly the opposite of what people want. Let's do the exact opposite of what people could do. Let's make a literal hypothetical that a fucking streamer, fucking worst case scenario that a streamer said, and it happened.
Is it the no round count thing?
Mm-mm. So there's still a number counter up there, but it's objective based. So you portal to the objective, you do the objective, you come back, and then you're on objective 2. The world grows harder, is what it says when you come back to the.
Huh.
So the center of Stalingrad is the starting point. The very center of the map, Red Star, multiplayer map. You didn't even fucking make a goddamn map for zombies. You took it from multiplayer. You didn't even fucking spend time doing that. You just put assets there. And you fucking reused the Pack-a-Punch from Cold War. And for what? To make it 1,500 points more expensive? No. 2,500 points. No, 2,000 points more expensive.
That sounds like it kind of sucks.
Yeah, dude. It pisses me off. Actually, no, it is 2,500 because it's 7,500. It's usually 5,000. But fucking, it really is weird. There's no perks except like the regular perks, but there's perk tiers and you drink them out of a chalice from a well. Oh, like, it's weird. It's stupid weird. And like, you don't even like portal to a different map. You portal to the blocked off part of the map you're in.
It's kind of lame.
It's very bad. It's very badly done, and I'm very upset about it.
I just feel like these companies. I feel like the worst thing for the video games industry has been Fortnite. I feel like it started with that. Like
I've never played Fortnite.
It has impacted every single game that's made nowadays. Because every game, there's at least a conversation of where's the battle royale. They created a whole new mode.
I don't give a fuck about battle royale.
You say that, but my thing is a lot of people do, and they know that they're going to sell that game to a lot of young kids who want to play that game because of the battle royale. Because that's what that generation has grown up with, is strictly battle royale.
Dude, if I want to play battle royale, I'll play Apex.
No, Apex is a great one, and I agree. And I think most people who are like our age or older think the same thing. There's certain games that are made for that, and that's cool.
Or Warzone.
Yeah, exactly. There's a couple like different like ones that do it. It's like not every game needs to have a fucking battle royale mode.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, there is a cool mode actually in Battlefield 2042. It'd be cool if I had people to play it with. You basically there's like satellites that have fallen. That's like the story, and they have drives in them, like USB drives. So you and your squad go around collecting USB drives, and they'll like show when one's close. Like you have a scanner to scan for them and stuff, and you'll fight teams often at these like points, and then you try to get out and get extracted by a helicopter. If you don't get extracted, you lose it all anyway. And you can steal people's drives. You can upgrade so you can carry more, stuff like that. But that one's actually pretty fun. But once again, it gets fucked because the maps are horrible. There's no cover. Like, literally. So you're just running out in the open for, like, a minute and a half. And then you get into the firefight. And half the time you get killed anyway. Which is okay if you don't spawn that far away. But when you do, it's like, what the fuck is happening
it's
here?
fucking irritating to have to run all the fucked away through. And that's what I like about Battlefield 5 is that you get like the maps are big, but there's a lot of shit.
I'm thinking about re-downloading it because apparently the community's bigger.
On 5?
Yeah.
Then I'm re-downloading it too because like that was my favorite one. Besides like
one was my favorite.
Yeah.
One was, at least for atmosphere, nothing beat one.
No.
One killed it, and they make you feel
beat one for the realism, old school World War I experience.
If you kept on camera shake and stuff like that, and motion blur and stuff, just because you were like trying to experience it, that shit was awesome.
Ridiculous.
It was. They killed it.
Cinematic.
Yeah, it was.
Like utterly cinematic.
It ran well the entire time. Like that was a game that I still have on my thing, and every now and then I'll go into play. Although there's not like a huge community, you can still get into games
for sure. Yeah, dude. Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 are two of the best, in my opinion. Because I don't know why. Like, see, that's my bitch with Vanguard 2. Is that if Battlefield 5 can do a modern day World War II shooter and everybody loves it, so the fuck can you? I'll be right back.
Not everybody loved it, though. I will tell you that. Yeah, that's what matters. Going solo. Gonna drink some water. Hit my bowl. That bowl, I mean. I just hit my bowl a bunch of times. Yep. I suppose that is what we do. I just hit my bowl a bunch of times.
That's great. Battlefield 5's campaign wasn't bad either.
I never played it, but I need to give 5 another chance because
The
I
war
played it.
stories are great.
I need to play it like once or twice. I played it like once or twice, but it wasn't about. There was times I was like, okay, I can see why this would be fun, but I didn't have that much fun. Like, that's crossplay, right?
I don't know.
I think it's probably crossplay because 2042 is crossplay. Like, I'm just gonna
Look it up.
Yeah, but we should play.
Well,
if it is.
I think Modern Warfare kind of started the whole crossplay thing.
No, it was Fortnite was one of the first ones.
Yeah, but I mean for like serious shooters.
Hey man, that makes more money than anything else. It's kind of fucking wild. Off taking other people's shit, Marvel and stuff. It's BS5. No, it does not. What the fuck?
What? Battlefield 5 doesn't support crossplay?
No,
Well, it's a 2018 game, man.
it's not that. Like, hold on. What was the first?
Wait, what year was it? 2018 that it came out?
I'm not sure. Oh, who the fuck is calling me? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I can't Google.
Was it 1? That was 2015?
2015. No, 2018 was 1 because it was like 100 years after World War One. That was like the whole thing they were doing. I thought maybe I'm wrong on that. That does seem kind of late, doesn't it?
That was very late. No, 1917.
I mean, that's when the U.S. entered the war. It
Right.
ended in 1918, though. Hold on, when did BF5 come out? Look, I just heard what you were saying. November 2018. So I think 1 was 2016. Okay, that's weird.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
But see, a 2-year development cycle is still wonderful.
It is. You don't need to put out a game every year. You really don't. Sometimes you enjoy playing that iteration of the game so much, you almost rather they didn't make a new one so everyone would hop off. Especially when they're done well. You're like, I just wish this game could go. You know what? One of my favorite games ever that they need to fucking make another one is Shadowrun.
What's that?
Shadowrun is a series, but the idea is it's like it takes place in Brazil. There was an eruption, and then a bunch of magic got released, so the world became like magical therefore after. But it's in the modern world, and there's like mercenaries and shit. And you play as either a troll, an elf, a dwarf, or a human. They all have different attributes, different skills. You have magic for each of them, but for instance, the troll is a tank, has very little magic. The elf is super agile and recovers magic quickly, but is physically weak. Then you have guns too, so it's guns and magic. It's fucking awesome. Like,
Nice. That sounds dope.
it was insane. Like, I wish I could just like show you some fucking gameplay. That was probably one of my favorite games like I ever played, and I often forget about it. Okay, I'm turning that down because we don't need to hear this fucking advertisement. Peroni. Peroni sucks, bro.
Do
you
we
ever
have
had that
it?
beer?
We have it where I work.
This sucks, bro.
I've never had it.
Also, there was third person. So yeah, you could use a sword if like the elf people often use swords because they were super fast and they had like you go invisible as like one of your things. Like the magic was super cool. They had a teleport one where you go in whatever direction you're moving, so people would jump up and then teleport and go to the next floor.
Right.
And when they were going down, they do the same thing.
It's Batman.
Yeah, you had gliders, but like it was very objective based. It was so good, dude. Except you could actually attack with the objective, which I like. You could swing it.
You know what another good one is though? Is Splitgate. It's recent.
I keep saying that I need to fucking play. I just keep forgetting about it. I need to I just fucking next time I go take a bathroom break, just download that shit and just have it going. Seriously.
Yeah, it's great.
This was honestly though like they need
It
to
feels
remake some shit.
so. It's like
this.
it does feel a lot like Halo. It's like Halo meets Portal.
Yeah, I mean, wait, people still play this? Oh, that was 9 years ago. Okay, never mind. Someone commented, "Oh, this community's still active." I'm like,
Dude.
that's awesome. 9 years later.
No, but yeah, fucking, it's literally Halo meets Portal.
Similar because it's not all. My thing is like the people who had Blink. I believe that was the name of like that magic is like I gotta look up all the different magic because There's a healing one. There was an armor one. Like there was.
Wait, Blink.
Oh, come on now.
Not Blinks, the Time Sweeper. Remember that fucking game? Remember Blinks, the Time Sweeper?
I don't know. That sounds awesome.
BLINX.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
I've never played it.
Yeah, dude, that game is different.
It's rated really well. Just 94% of people like it.
You know, the early 2000s came out with some really great, fun.
Oh my god,
games.
yes, dude. Fun stuff
Like, not even like
Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, like not even like shooters or anything, just like fun games that everybody can play. Like a 9-year-old can have fun, just as much fun as a fucking 30-year-old in some of them, you know? Like that's what I like a lot. That's why I like Rocket League. Cuz you can connect to a fucking 9-year-old and a 30-year-old and a fucking 14-year-old on the same match. Like
Tree of Life. So you just fucking plant a tree and a tree would drop in and heal the whole area and people would use it as cover and shit. And you could destroy the trees also. So that was their healing spell. Fucking Resurrect, which, yes, it was a revive. Not everyone had it, but some people did. Strangle, I kind of don't remember people using that one a lot. Oh, no, never mind. I do. That one, yeah, you create crystals and create walls and shit that people would damage people. And so people, like, yeah, you could stop you could stop people from going down a hallway and shit. It was fucking awesome. Gust was cool. Fucking force push, basically.
this is The Witcher?
No, this is no, that's just up there. This is Shadowrun. Wiki.
Shadowrun, okay.
Yeah. Fucking Smoke, which is obviously just Smoke. The teleport one, I thought it was called Blink. Summon, which you get like a little fucking like familiar to fight for you.
Mm-hmm.
There was some cool shit. Like
there was a bunch of advertisements for Apex on that goddamn site.
Oh, I bet.
Like it's like season 6 or some shit. I don't know. It's cool.
I don't get the point of having to buy the pass. It's like, do you really care about
so
the
here's
at a certain point?
Here's the thing about the battle pass in not Cold War, in Call of Duty in general right now. Like every so often, COD points come up free in the battle pass. You can do this to the point where you have enough to buy the battle pass. So when you buy the battle pass, all the ones that weren't free, you get.
Okay, that's nice.
So, and then you have like 600 COD points again, and then next season, or no, and you're not even done with battle pass, and like you get like they make it so that you don't have to spend any money.
You can get it for free,
and you can absolutely get the battle pass for free every time.
Hell yeah,
every single time.
That's pretty dope.
If you wait, like if you fucking have the patience and like go through like 2 seasons, you get all the free COD points. By the halfway through season 2, you're gonna have like 1,600, and then the battle pass is only 1,000 COD points. So you just go back down to 600, and then you get all of the ones you didn't get anyway.
Yeah.
And then you know what I mean. That's why I like Call of Duty so much. Is there's no way they don't know about that, and there's like, you know what I mean, because there has to be a significant amount of people that aren't paying for it with their card.
That's a good point, honestly. It's not gonna cost them anything to do.
No, you can buy the fucking extra version with all the bundles, which is like 2,400.
Fuck all that.
But even some of those microtransactions are great, and they see that's the reason why they make so much money on microtransactions is because they put a whole lot of content into it. They put like customization is what we like as a COD community in multiplayer.
I'm surprised because I feel like the COD community never used to give a shit about that. The emblem was the only thing that people really cared about.
Well, see, I don't want to just play as some regular milsim fucking thing because how are you gonna know it's me? That fucking came and destroyed you. Like, so if you have your own specific setup for how your character looks and like the fucking specific like clan tag and your calling card and your emblem mixed with like the outfit you have your character in and your quips and shit, you can, all that shit, you can make it just yours and what you would do. So like fucking like that's why like all of the like weird outfits and like gun camos, the gun camos are the shit. And that's what I love from Black Ops 2 that I'm glad they kept doing was gun camos.
Doom is crazy. Doom is crazy with gun patterns and colors.
So many different camos that you can buy, and they all look so good. There's anime camos. There's like a bacon camo from Black Ops 2. It was bacon. Your gun was like made out of bacon.
That's fun.
It was awesome. It's fun. And fucking, you know what I mean? Like it's fucking amazing. That's why I like COD so much, is because they do shit like that. However, it's expensive to do that. And there are like 500 COD points each. So if you go ahead and you buy a bunch of fucking, bundles and shit, then you're going to run your COD points down. But you get enough cool shit and weapon variants and like Oh yeah, blueprints, weapon blueprints with certain attachments and shit like that look a certain way. They have those too. Different weapon variants, so you can customize it your own way and put all the same attachments on it. But then there's the variant that has like maybe a specific attachment, like a foregrip that they like modeled a different way for that variant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
like that's what I like about it. Is there's so much shit like that. Like there's so much shit like that. You can't just base Call of Duty off of the maps and the fucking shit. Like, dude, there's way more to it. Like, that's why Vanguard, it's zombies makes me really disappointed, but the multiplayer is really good. It's like really, really, really good, and I think like that's the most
The
stable.
demo was decent. Yeah,
Because you have all the different choices that you can make for blitz pacing, assault pacing, all that shit.
that is pretty cool. I like that.
Those are great. You can choose if you want 24v24 or 8v8 or 6v6. You know what I mean? Like it's
I don't even when like people love the whole idea of like 64v64 and shit. And I'm like, it's too much. Like, you can make a game feel full
You
without doing that.
But you
So
can
half
have
of that
like
you can make it
the
real
realistic odds though. I think that's what it's about. I think it's not about like how fun it is. I think people are really trying to do realism and they're trying to say like, okay, well you'd have hundreds of people against hundreds of people anyway, but it wouldn't be because you know what I mean. We're not ancient Romans and we're not storming at each other. They want modern combat with the volume of ancient combat.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's not just people, like hundreds of people running at each other with guns in the desert. It's, they're fucking taking cover and shooting from. However, you can do it like that in the video game. And I think that's what they're trying to make more of is games where it's just flat out chaos and close court CQB and fucking like they're trying to make it so that there's more people in there because you'd have a fucking hell of a lot of people in real life. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Like it wouldn't be like that. The whole 6v6, 12v12 is purely for the sport, in my opinion. If you want that's why I
That's
like.
the essence of competition.
Yeah, that's why I think the big team games work so well in the World War II.
Well, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? That's what
Yeah. It made sense with the Battlefield 1. Although I don't know if they did 64v64, but they at least did 32v32. And that was great.
Over the 2010s, we forgot the whole point of why the first-person shooter, like military-wise, was ever invented anyway. It wasn't just for fun. They were trying to tell a story.
They were trying to recruit people to the military.
And they talked to Dale Dye. They talked to a lot of fucking people.
The U.S. military had its own first-person shooter you could play.
Trying to make a video game that wasn't offensive to fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that you could still.
Let's think about the first.
And now it's a sport.
Doom was like the first-person shooter, and that had demonic shit. And this was around this was when people were like super against like Harry Potter and like all this shit, blaming Corn and being like they're the reason. That's like where America was. So whenever they saw stuff like they saw kids playing forever on this shit and it was Doom and it was super bloody, they kind of freaked out and they said, "What the fuck is this?" It's because it's this horrible shit. It's like, no, it's just a really fun game and that's why they're playing it. They don't care about what it looks like really. It's just amazing gameplay and there's nothing else like it at the time.
It could look like Minecraft. Yeah. It could have looked like Minecraft. You could be shooting fucking like acorns at each other out of fucking sticks. It didn't matter. It was like the mechanics is what you liked about it.
Exactly, man.
Like the way you were able to flow around the map and like maybe you like the guns, but
I did not like Doom Eternal though.
Doom Eternal is trash. Multiplayer. Garbage. Garbo. Yeah. Unless you're into that like weird team tactics shit.
Well, I'm like, it works if it might work as something, but just I wouldn't consider it like a first person I want to play. Like Doom 2016 got that shit right. Like that to me is like that's a 10 out of 10 game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because the campaign's incredible too, and it's in
the
fucking
campaign.
Brilliant. There's like hours and hours and hours. Like I kept thinking multiple times I was like on the last mission. Or
Me
something,
too.
And then I wasn't. I was like, dude,
I was like, what the fuck is going on?
It was awesome.
Yeah, and it's just like the old games. The old games are long as fuck too.
Exactly.
From like the N64.
Imagine, oh yeah, dude. Like that's one game I've been wanting to play recently.
They
is
weren't
Mario
originally on consoles.
Mario 64.
They were in arcades.
Mario 64. That was the one I wanted to play.
Super Mario 64 is great. I love that. Like I just watched this whole
Mario
fucking,
Sunshine.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, bro.
This whole they were going to. You remember the Nintendo 64 CD? It had a disc drive. It was a thing you could attach to the bottom of your Nintendo 64.
I never had that.
And you could put a disc in it. So they were going to release Super Mario Sunshine as Super Mario 64 CD.
What I do remember,
And there is, I'm sorry, but there is a fucking version of Super Mario 64 that looks better because they released it for
On
this.
disc.
Yeah. There is a smoother version of Super Mario 64 that exists that you can play.
that's awesome. Fucking one thing I had on my GameCube that I was proud of is the thing that you'd plug into the bottom of it and it would play Game Boy games. And you just put you put the little white disc in, and then it was like, all right, that's how it goes through the reader, and you can play everything through that. I used to play Pokemon on a big ass screen, and I was like, that was fun.
I liked
Golden Sun on a big screen. Golden Sun is one of the best. That's probably my favorite Game Boy Advance game that was ever made.
You could do that on the DS, but the Wii, you said?
No, on the GameCube.
GameCube, yes, you could do that on the GameCube.
And it was awesome. It was awesome. They did such a good job, and it wasn't complicated technology. It just made sense.
No, because
to do.
it's Nintendo. See, that's the thing I got into. I was at a sleepover with my friend when I was like 10. I got into an argument with him, and I proved it wrong too, because he had every Nintendo thing ever. And I was like, he's like, dude, I don't have my cord for the thing. I was like, just get it from your Nintendo 64. Bro, this is a Wii. It's new. I'm like, dude, get it from your Nintendo 64. It's the exact same cable. It's the exact same
They don't
cable.
fix what's not broke.
Exactly, and that's what I love Nintendo for. It's like, dude, you could put a fucking...
they're how Apple should have been.
You can put a GameCube disc into a Wii and play it.
They're how Apple should have been. They're like Apple with like the most backwards compatibility and like backwards compatibility, and they thought about it like thoughtfully because there's like forwards compatibility. You know what I mean?
Imagine if Nintendo started making computers.
I'd buy a Nintendo computer 110%.
110%.
Over a Mac, I'd spend a Mac price on a Nintendo computer just because I trust the company.
Right, exactly. Like, why haven't they tried to do that? They're very good with computers, apparently.
That's a good
They
fucking
make some
idea.
of the greatest shit that's ever existed for video games, so why don't you try to, instead of making the greatest video game consoles, make the God console and make the best fucking computer that's ever existed and make your own operating system and take over. That's what I would do if I was Nintendo, because like fucking dude, everybody has a bitch about Microsoft and everybody has a bitch about Apple. So if you make something that's like universal that everybody loves,
and they're good at that. I mean, that's why their characters have survived. That's why people play Mario of all ages. You know, like that's why they work. That's why that shit works.
You see this on the news tomorrow. We'll be so pissed off. I'll be so mad. Nintendo better send me a fucking $100,000 check
For real.
for the fucking being the brainchild. But no, man, I remember Nintendo as a kid. That was magic. Nintendo equaled magic for me as a kid because fucking goddamn it, like I didn't have a Nintendo at my house. I
went over to friends' houses and shit.
I had a PS2. So that was just the console that my mom got me.
Yeah,
like,
and a PS2 is cool. It's just different, you know?
Right. And I was like 6 years old when I got that, so that was my deal. But like when I got older, I went and I sold a whole bunch of my PlayStation 2 games for a Super Nintendo. Yeah. And like I got it home. I was like, dude, I was playing that when I was like 12. That's when I started getting back into the old Nintendos, and I found this thing online that you could flip a switch for 16-bit and 8-bit. You could play regular first generation Nintendo games, and you could also play Super Nintendo games on it.
That's sick.
It was great. I need more water.
Man, fucking Paper Mario, that was my shit. The first one. Oh my god. Nothing beats good old Paper Mario. Oh, let me see if Nintendo made a computer. Jesus Christ, I'm misspelling. How am I computer? I don't see anything on it. Did Nintendo make a computer?
Huh?
No, they didn't.
Imagine having a Nintendo computer. I mean, I'm sure somebody's made like a case that says Nintendo on it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do that.
Sure.
Like, I want it to be like an old, creamy, like galaxy colored case too. I want it to look like old electronics. Why did everything look gray? Why was everything brown and gross fucking
Well, because
shit colored fucking orange?
it didn't start off that way. Once it gets old, it gets that way. Like that
what
shitty
color
like
was it?
It was all white or very light gray.
Dude, right. The light gray thing. Stupid. Why?
I don't think light gray is terrible, but like the white, they saw what happened. Like, you've seen old keyboards and like the whole thing's yellow.
Everything was this color.
Some things were, yeah, some things were, But some were just white, and the white
Bro,
shit
you
ended up
gotta-
looking like the tablecloth
you
after
gotta-
a couple years.
Get an NES out of the box. That fucking thing is gray and brown.
Brown is the real question. Why did you put brown on a console?
Because they were trying to make it look like wood. There is probably right. There's a whole obsession. Think about 1990 to fucking 2003. Like everybody wanted like to make artificial wood. Everybody
That was the 70s to me.
like dude like fucking like. I just think of my early childhood. I think of fake jewelry. I think of the early 2000s as the most bullshit fabricated time that's ever existed.
Have you met the 80s?
Well, yeah, but I wasn't alive for that.
Well, I mean, there was definitely some bullshit, but there was some good bullshit too. Like, do you remember a Wonder Ball?
No.
A Wonder Ball was a fucking ball of chocolate that had pieces of candy inside and a
yes.
prize. So you would just like bite it or break
Yes.
it, and you had chocolate, candy, and a fucking thing. Like that was awesome. It was wondrous.
Remember the Kinder eggs?
They still make those.
Yeah, but they're different.
Oh, like,
Now they're not in the egg. The
Oh.
toys have to be separate.
probably because kids got choking or something.
yeah, because people
parents
are
just give it to
terrible parents and they don't know how to fucking make their kids be not
their,
dumb.
like understand. Like
Like,
you're gonna
honestly.
die if you just put this whole thing in your mouth. Don't do it.
My son had a birthday party yesterday at my house. He fucking had candles in his face. He didn't fucking reach for them once.
Yeah.
Well, he
Fire
went like that,
hurts.
and we told him, don't touch it, and he took his hand away. Like, dude, what are you doing with your kids that they're so dumb?
Well, they're not doing anything with their kids. That's why they're so dumb.
Like, fuck.
And
God
they don't-
damn it. As a father, it pisses me off.
There's a lot of uninvolved parents out there, and everyone's
know.
going through their own shit. But I mean,
There
it's like when your kid's a fucking child, like you gotta be there for them, man. You gotta teach your kids right.
You gotta talk to them like they're a child. Don't be afraid of them, by the way. Like, I've noticed a lot of parents are, like, afraid to, like, get after their kids or to tell their kids a certain thing. Like, what the fuck, dude? That's your kid.
Yeah,
Fucking
for real. You're supposed to be there telling them that
Say,
shit.
listen. No. Like,
Kids like structure.
yeah, don't be afraid to, like, not have a good time with your kid. Yeah, you're there to love and support your kid, but you're also there to fucking put your foot down and make sure that the goddamn dude or girl does not grow up to be a fucking piece of shit. That's
Yeah.
one of the most important parts. Besides, after keeping them alive, making sure that they are a good person is your number one fucking priority after keeping them
Honestly.
alive when it comes to parenting. Like, after feeding them and taking care of them and doing all that
Yeah,
school
honestly.
shit, all that encompassed.
Money won't do you any good
Make
if your
'em a
kid's a, if
good
your kid's a
fucking
piece of
person.
shit. Yeah,
Like, sit down and talk to them.
you're not wrong.
If they're 3 years old and they can't even understand you, still sit down and fucking talk to them.
It'll absorb.
Mm-hmm.
At least part of it will.
It's a big fucking important thing that people don't do. It's a really important thing. People people say, oh, they won't remember.
Well, they let
Well, they most certainly will remember.
they let school, they let like the TV, they let everyone else parent them. You know,
Their actions will show you their memory,
it's a good point. Most of it's learned behavior.
and they don't have to actively remember.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's
Nope.
what I mean. It's like they won't actively remember, but subconsciously they'll have internalized shit.
Some kids don't know that they're being neglected. They know that they're being neglected. They know that something's wrong. Something's wrong here, but they don't know what to say about it or what to do about it. So they just get angry and they become the bully at school and all that. You know, or
Yep.
some kids just are told they're wonderful to the point where you can just be a piece of shit. And those
They think that they can't
they
do
do
anything wrong,
exist.
Yeah.
But you know, you can't give a child no affection and no love and expect him to grow up to be a decent human being. That's just utterly fucking ridiculous. You can't, you know what I mean? Like, people do it every day. I've seen it happen. People just ignore the shit out of their kids. They fucking, well, I mean, one of the most important things too you can do for your kid at some point is to leave them alone.
Yeah, but when they're
after
young
make
like
sure
that,
no, not when they're like a baby, obviously, but
Well,
when
I
they're
mean,
a
even-
toddler and shit, like if like they don't, once they start going like pushing away from hugs and shit, it's good to let them on their own in their room for a little while to see what they're doing, but always make sure that they know you're there. Fucking, you don't have to just like ignore them and not talk to them.
yeah.
Like, the whole deal is like, make sure that your kid knows that they're loved, first of all. All these teenagers would not be committing suicide if they felt like their parents loved them. Like, period. Or if there wasn't something wrong, because, you know what I mean?
I think antidepressants play a large part in that.
Yeah, but also, what was wrong before the antidepressant, though? What was wrong before that? What was wrong before the drugs? Why did drugs have to be administered?
Sometimes it's temporary shit, and people
Because-
think it's
Well, yeah. Absolutely, 100%. People do that all the time. I'm not talking about the fucking little bitch that's cutting herself because she got the wrong color iPhone. Like, because you're from the same generation I am. You know how bad that emo shit was in 2010s.
Yeah.
Remember Cut for Bieber?
Oh, now that you mention it, yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What the fuck was that shit? So, like, people, like, were doing stupid shit. But I mean, like, the really, truly neglected human beings that didn't fucking, like, actually get the love from their parents. It's like a problem, man.
Yeah.
That's where it starts. So the parents just take them to therapy because they're not smart enough to know that, hey, I I don't ever talk to you about anything. I'm not ever going to ask you what's wrong, but you're acting out in all these ways. I'm just going to send you away. You know what I mean? And then they finally like try to kill themselves or some terrible thing like that. And then they just Baker Act them, send them to an institution. Nothing shows a child that you already are neglecting, that you do not like care about them more than that. Like, unless it's a thing like it's needed, unless it's 100% needed, there are times when it is needed. But if you have been neglecting this child your entire life and you've not ever done anything with this kid, and you just ignore them and you're a piece of shit parent, and they go and they act out, and your first response is to send them away, that's bad. That is not good. And that will seal the deal for that child not liking you. That will seal the deal for
Yeah,
I hate
honestly.
you, dad or mom. Like,
Because I'll feel betrayed, yeah.
but that's got to be caught before the attempt, because, like, what do you do after that? What do you do after that? You can't just not, right? See, that's the problem. Is that it shouldn't have to get to that point. You should make sure that your children know that they love them before they get to the point. Before the topic of antidepressants is even the problem. Now they could have been born with a chemical instability and they just have depression, in which case there's a lot of medications that really help, like psilocybin mushrooms and cannabis and shit. But fucking definitely certain people need to be medicated, but I've noticed in my generation a lot of people are just having a bad time. And you don't need to be medicated for having a bad time. You don't need to fucking. And if you are someone who is in despair and has been raised wrong and hasn't been fucking loved, then fucking dude, it's okay. It'll be better. Get out there into the world. Find some people that really love you. Because they exist out there, dude. Get them.
Yeah, people.
Talking to you.
Motherfucker. How we doing?
43 minutes. Just kind of went on a rant there.
I
Bad
like
parents
it.
piss me off, man.
You should. They make bad people.
Like, the bad parents create bad kids. Fucking neglect creates a bad person. Like, I just want to drive that home so much. You have to make sure that your children are fucking decent human beings on this earth, because there's so many people in this fucking weird, like, postmodernist bullshit thing we got going on. Like, there's so much malevolence and, like, evil that just is stewing in people, and they don't even know it. So make sure your children are, like, good people. And make sure that they do things because it's the right thing and not because of what's in their best interest. Because I see a lot of that shit too. My generation does not have a very good compass for right and wrong for some reason.
The parents don't instill a moral compass, man. That's it. And I mean, even if you don't have parents, you have to realize the value of instilling your own.
The best parents and the worst parents in the world were born in the 60s.
That's true.
That's what I've noticed, is that and it is that extreme too. Like, the best parents that have ever lived and the worst parents that have ever lived were all born in the 60s.
Yeah.
I think. Because
And they were the same people when they were in the 60s.
Because the kids that were born from the 1980s to 2000, I don't have a lot of good things to say about most of them. Like, some of these people just are
people's priorities.
dumb.
There's a lot of dumb people out there. You hate to say it like that, but there's just a lot of fucking stupid people. It's just how it is. And like, some people are born naturally. They're just not going to retain info, and they're just kind of dumb. And there's that.
Maybe,
but then there's the people who willfully are trying to be dumb because it's easier.
Yeah, that was me when I was 21.
It's easier.
It's way easier just to ignore the whole thing. It's way easier to be sad. It's easier to be in despair. forever. It's fucking the easiest thing in the world to do is just to feel sorry for yourself and lay down and die. It's hard to fucking walk forward, man.
Taking steps to make yourself better is hard.
Yeah, for
but
real.
It's necessary. But yeah, a lot of people, they run away from that. They'll cause themselves pain over and over from the same source rather than causing themselves what they fear to be of greater
because
pain.
it's what they know.
Yeah.
You stick with what you know, but to evolve, you gotta step out of what you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you leave behind what was killing you, and you fucking climb up the mountain. God damn it! See, and that's the difference. Like, that's like the split off of life. That's the split of humanity that we have. We have the people that fucking at some point, right around the age from, I believe it happens from 17 to like now 24, where I am at, where people go through what is gonna, like all the things happen to them that decides what's gonna happen to them for the rest of their life.
Kind of. I think it goes a little later than like 24. I think it goes probably all the way to like you're like 30 or so.
Probably.
But nothing's fixed.
But
it's all different for everybody.
Yeah, right, obviously. But what I'm saying is, like, if you're, how have you accepted what you've been going through? You know what I mean? Is it like, oh, I'm a piece of shit, or oh, shit happens and I can be better? Because if it's, oh, I'm a piece of shit, over time that's gonna weigh down on you.
It will.
It's gonna take you, and it's gonna fucking all of that. Oh, I'm a piece of shit. Next day, you're even more of a piece of shit because you said all that bad shit about yourself the day before. You know what I mean? Like,
you're framing yourself in a worse into a worse.
Oh, for sure. And if you guys don't think that matters, it totally matters. What you say fucking matters.
You internalize the energy it, whether or not you're joking or not.
Oh, for sure. And when you repress shit, it matters too. Like,
that's true.
When you it's really important to make sure that people like walk into shit. And see, that's the thing. Like I was saying, you see the people that ended up on 7th, homeless. Well, there might. Now, this is not to knock anybody in a bad situation, but what is the likelihood that they put themselves there?
Almost 100%.
If it's not something really specific, it's usually 100% them.
And they'll blame it. Well, I lost my job. Why did you lose your job? Because I was drinking on the job. Well, okay. Maybe you shouldn't fucking drink on the job, motherfucker. Well, I have an addiction. It's like, we're framing yourself as the victim all the time. It's obviously not doing you any good.
You're addicted, and that's, I have a disease.
That's a mentality, yeah.
I have a disease. You have a fucking cop-out. And even if you do believe it is a disease, treat it.
That's one of the things. I believe there are people who are more prone to alcoholism genetically. Like Irish people and shit are totally more prone. Native Americans are more prone to alcoholism.
Not them, but like people who bitch about it and don't do anything about it don't need to do it.
That's just it.
If you're going to be drinking every day, tell you what, if you hold down a bar stool every day and you're complaining about your life being terrible,
I see it in Ybor all the time. Even with some good friends of ours, and it's really frustrating to watch because it's like you can't tell them that, or else they think you're attacking them.
100%, and it's not
like,
even.
What do you know? You don't know our life. It's like I'm not trying to know your life. I just know that if you drink every single day the way that you do, you're just gonna be miserable, like for the rest of your fucking life, and you're gonna like portray yourself to be the fucking victim.
And it's gonna those people that you're making fun of, all the fat fucking people that you're making fun of at the bar, you're gonna be them. All those guys. That's what you're gonna be if you keep doing it. You're gonna be them. You're gonna like. I've seen it in my hometown. I grew up in a bar, man. Just like you. I grew up in a bar. I knew all the regulars. They're still there to this day under a different owner, my older brother. My mother owned it. They were there. Before that, they were there, and they're going to always be there.
They're going to be there until they die.
They're going to always be there because that's their watering hole. Do not get yourself a watering hole because that will fucking kill you eventually. Eventually, it will kill you. Your liver will not be happy.
And your friends should support you not drinking as well. That's my thing. Is like people are like, that's like my whole life socially. It's like, dude, I guarantee all the people would still support you, and the people that wouldn't will say, fuck you. I'm hungry. Hungry. I'm so hungry. $19 an hour at Chick-fil-A. That's not bad at all. That's crazy. There's no way.
Find out what time you want to go.
We were probably gonna cut it short.
I'll be like another at least 30 minutes at the least before I'm home.
At least another hour. I'll just tell him at least an hour.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right, I'll call him back and let him know.
Yeah. Bye.
Is that Big Easy?
Yeah, they want me there tonight. Apparently, they need me really badly. I don't understand why you need me this badly on Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday, yeah. When you go in, I just be like, hey, if you guys don't need me really badly, like, maybe they're doing an event or something, because
Yeah.
that's weird. P90s are so cool.
P90s are the shit.
I love the mag. They're all just laying down.
Yeah, it's a cool system.
Yeah.
Very cool weapon system.
So, yeah.
Watering holes and people who drink every day of their life. Be careful with that, guys. Be very careful with that.
And then I also want to say there's a difference between enjoying a beer after you get off work or
Yeah.
enjoying 4 beers even when you get off work.
Yeah.
But we start to get like, kind of like past that. What are you doing?
Yeah.
If you're waking up and you're drinking immediately because you need to stop the shakes, there are people
That's
that
not
love
good.
you and you can get help. That's all I'm saying.
Like, every day, man, is not good. There are alcoholics, though, that don't drink every day.
yes, there are.
There are alcoholics that drink once a week.
Believe me, there are alcoholics
Hey.
that drink once a year, but it's a
I
state
know.
of mind.
It definitely is. Well, the deal is like I said, I grew up in a bar, man. I like, it blows my mind. And I saw very young what I did not want to do. I saw very young who I did not want to be.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't even like sitting at the bar, if you notice. I don't like,
That's
I really feel like I'm fucking up when I'm sitting at the bar. I will stand at the bar, I'll lean up against the bar. I really don't like sitting in a bar stool bellied up to the bar like that.
That's wild.
I don't. It
like, see,
fucks with, it
I do.
bothers
The only
me
place I don't like really
greatly.
do it is the Grotto, but I like doing it like Tampa Brewing and stuff. Like, I don't know. I do like bar
trying
stools.
to think of any place that I like sitting at the bar. I can't, unless it's a food bar, like, or
Yeah.
unless like it's literally a bar for like in a restaurant that people have
like a
set up
lunch counter or
by the
something.
window
Yeah.
with a stool. Like, no, yeah, like I can't. Like, sitting at a bar is
Damn.
very troublesome for my soul, and I don't understand
Good to
why.
know.
I do know why. It's because I saw, like, my older brother's a straight out alcoholic, and my fucking, all that shit is like, I just associate bad shit with alcohol.
That's fair. I mean,
and
it's
I
a better
fucking
association to have than not.
Sitting at the bar. I don't ever want the image of me sitting at the bar in my head
Yeah.
because I've seen like where it can go. So I'd rather just not do it.
I
I'll
get
have
that.
a beer. I'll have a shot. But dude, what are we doing?
Yeah.
After an hour, after 30 minutes, what are we doing? Because if we're sitting here for the next 8 hours, it's not happening.
Yeah, I'm the
If
same
it-
way.
if-
I hate sitting at a bar for like just drinking all day for like 8 hours. Like, I can do it if we're out doing shit at least.
I could do it at a music festival.
Yeah, if we're out doing shit, it's
Like,
different, but
I can wake up and have a beer out of my tent at a music festival once a year.
that's
Like,
different.
Jesus Christ.
When
But,
you go to
like,
the festival, those are a whole different set of rules.
I know.
You know.
Because but the deal is like people do it every day.
Nah.
And then there's 12 places. I counted. There's 12 places in 3 blocks that you can do that every day
Where?
in Ybor.
Yeah.
There's 12 bars in 3 blocks. There's 12
Probably more. Are you talking about
I
like gas
counted
bars
12.
all the way to where?
gas bars to
Let's count them.
gas bars all the way to
Like Centro, like by 7-Eleven.
Southern Nights.
Oh, that's more than 3 blocks, but there's way more, bro. Okay, let's think. We got.
I counted all the ones that are just on the strip.
Even if would you count first chance, last chance? Because that's right. It's like
It's not on 7th,
It kind of is,
but it's not on 7th. You can't walk.
It's 20 feet off though. Like
Right.
it's not on the next street though. That's my thing. Is it's not on 6th.
But it is on 16th.
It is on 16th.
Right. So it's
But
not
we're
on
on
7th.
18th technically also.
Right. So this is not on 7th.
This is 7th.
What's the address?
Just because it says 22nd, 22nd Street doesn't mean it's on 7th. If it's on the corner.
Which road is the door facing?
Okay, Trimming Company's door faces 7th. I'm not going to count them as a bar, though. I mean, they sell alcohol. Adam's gone to the little girl's room yet again. But, all right, so there's gas bars. There's the Carmine's bar. There's Double Decker, Bad Monkey, White Lie, Big Easy. We're gonna count Bernini's because they do martinis for $3. Okay,
I
the
didn't
next
count
block,
Bernini's
we
last
got
time.
Buffalo Wild Wings because they're full liquor.
I didn't count Buffalo Wild Wings either.
Show Bar. Then what's on the other side of the street? It's like France and shit. There's the Ybor Tap House because they also have full liquor.
Well, that's a bar.
So there's 10 right there. And then we also got
Res.
Yeah, obviously we got Res. I know I'm missing one.
Bradley's, Southern Nights.
Yes, there's Red Brasley's. I would say First Chance, Last Chance, but you're not counting them.
But what is that now? Like 10?
No, we were already at 10 before. No, we're like 13 or 14 right now.
Gaspar's,
We're like 13 or
Carmine's,
14. Gaspar's, Carmine's,
Double Decker,
Double Decker,
Bad
Monkey,
Big Easy,
White Lie,
White Lie,
Bernini's,
Bernini,
Buffalo Wild Wings, Show Bar.
Tap House.
Are we going to count clubs too? Tap House.
Tap
So
House.
Tap House, we were at 10. And then there
Res.
was like Res, Southern Nights, and Bradley's. So it's 13.
Tangra.
Tangra, if you're counting the clubs. Prana, if you're counting the club
Ritz.
too. Ritz, so it's 16.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there's a lot more, dude. There's a lot more.
I counted bars that I consider just bars.
Yeah, fair enough.
I counted
Then
places.
you go the
that I
other way and you got like
consider-
Dirty Shame and shit. You know, you got.
Oh yeah.
Elmer's.
Man. Boneyard.
God, I love Elmer's.
Yeah.
You ever been to Elmer's?
Yeah, I know people who fucking have told me about Elmer's. I used to go to
Food's
Elmer's all the
good.
time.
Food's
I
good
used to
too.
go. Yeah, see, everyone's told me that.
Yeah.
Everyone else told me
Some
that
cold
the
sandwich is fucking good.
the food is just awesome there. I've only ever been there to buy liquor.
Go
or
there,
to
go there and get some food to go,
go out
next
back
time, bro.
and get some weed or some shit. But
Yeah.
fucking like, yeah, no, fucking. I've been to Elmer's, but I just wanted to say, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today. It's been a weird episode. You're gonna see a lot of edits this time, a bunch of jump cuts because we didn't have a lot to talk about. I am in a bad way. I have a very bad toothache, and I'm amazed that I was able to even pull through this.
You should put a paint filter on this shit.
And yeah,
Just to like pixelate it, just
yeah.
fucking up.
Okay, that'd be great.
Paint filter the entire thing
But you can donate to us.
via YKH Podcast at Venmo,
Right.
or you can Cash App YborKnuckleHeads.
Right on.
Yes. So enjoy your fucking
I'm in
days.
too much pain for an outro. Thank you guys for watching.
You're an outro.
Good night.
Bye.